Hello Year 1, it is Tuesday and it's time for your maths lesson if you have the Year 2 workbook, okay? Now the Year 2 workbook looks like this, just to make sure you've definitely got the right one. And today we are going to be working on page 14. Now yesterday, before we begin, I just want to say that we started looking at division, didn't we? Okay, and we know that it was a big word that we thought was going to be tricky, but I've seen some of your work and you worked alongside me yesterday beautifully. So Charlie, Fern and Sam, a huge thumbs up. Thank you so much, because even though we didn't do the workbook yesterday, we did lots and lots of practical work. I can really see that it's paying off and that you now know and you've got a really good start on division, so excellent. Indy and Logan, make sure that you send in your work today. I know you're watching, okay? Excellent. So, today's learning question then, can I continue to solve division problems? So yesterday, we started to look at division, didn't we? And we're going to carry on today using some different methods. But before we do that, let's warm up our brains, okay? So yesterday we spotted my mistake. Let's see if you can spot it today. So pause the board, write them both down. You've got two number sequences there. Write them on your board and then unpause when you've spotted my mistakes. Okay? Excellent. Let's see then if we can do them together now today. We are counting in tens. So let's do this together. 10, 20, 30, 4. Did you shout my mistake? Where is it? The number 40. Excellent. I need to make sure that the number 40 is there. Not, I don't like that 0. I'm going to do it again. Remember, if it's not perfect, do it again. Excellent. 40. So let's complete our sequence now that we've filled in my mistake. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Super job. Have you spotted my mistake on my second sequence? What am I counting in my second sequence, Year 1? 5s, you are right. And just because I didn't start at 0 or I didn't start at 5, it still doesn't mean that I'm not counting in 5s. If you look, I've still got my jumps of 5, haven't I? Even if I'm starting at a higher number. So, let's do it together then, shouting at my mistake when we get there. 25, 30, 35. Correct. It is 40. And have you noticed a pattern with my mistakes today? What's the pattern? You're right. I forgot the number 40 both times. I don't think my brain must like the number 40 today. So let's do our sequence all together then. Now we've spotted my mistake. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Well done. Now our brains are warmed up. Remember, stop and pause, challenge your adult. You write a sequence and miss out a number for them and see if they can spot it as quick as you could when we did mine together. Okay? Excellent. So, moving on then to today's learning. Now, we started to look at division yesterday and we thought about what division means. Now, I've got some missing words in my phrases today. So I would like you to get your whiteboard now and your whiteboard pen, and we're going to fill in the missing phrases together to make sure that we know exactly what division means. So let's have a look at the first phrase. Something into something groups. So thinking about what we learned yesterday, something into something groups. Write it on your whiteboards. What do we need to do? Share. Excellent. Let's fill in then that first blank. We need to share And we are absolutely fantastic at sharing in year 1, aren't we? We worked really hard on that when we came back to school in September. And I hope you're doing some super sharing at home as well with your siblings or your mummies and daddies. So share into, and what's that second word? It is on the board to help you and give you a clue. Share into equal groups. Well done, year 1. Share into equal groups. Brilliant. So now let's look at our next one. So you should have one complete phrase on your board. Let's have a look at the next one. Equal means the, and I've given you a little letter there to help you. Equal means the, I know you're all shouting this out, the same. Well done. So let's finish that phrase. Equal means the same. So we have the same number in each group. And share means, we've got a word that begins with g and a word that begins with o. What do you think it means? Share means give out. Well done. So we've recapped and we've refreshed our memories, so we know that to divide we need to share into equal groups. Sharing means to give them out, so we're going to give them out and we're going to make sure they are equal, which means the same. Brilliant job. So now what I would like you to do is you are going to grab all of those objects that you were using yesterday, okay, and we're going to do some practical methods today and also some written methods today. So our first activity, you'll need your whiteboard, your pen and your objects. So you can pause the video now if you need to go and get them. And today I've got some pasta because yesterday some of you used pasta and it was lovely to see and it made me want to count with pasta, so that's what I'm going to use to help us to solve our problems. So now you're ready. The first problem, I'd like you to read the sentence aloud with me. 12, remember our symbol, divided by 3 equals, okay? So thinking about our sharing, we need to share how many? 12, and we need to share them into how many groups? 3, okay? So I'm going to show you now using some pasta, and I'm going to show you an example, okay? So let's do this all together at home. So here's my pasta, and I've got some spiral pasta today. So I need to start with how many pieces? 12. Let's count them together. You do it with your objects at home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and I'm going to put the rest of my pasta away from my group so I know that I've only got the amount that I need. Now our sum asked us to share them into 3 equal groups. So let's do that together. 1, 2, 3. Remove the rest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3 groups. And let's see how many I've got in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 in group 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in group 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 in group 3. So 12 shared into 3 groups equals, shout me the answer, 4. Excellent. So we can see how I did it practically, and hopefully that's exactly what you did yesterday, and I saw some of your pictures so I know that you were doing it right, so well done. So now I've got another number sentence, but if you look here, it's got a gap, and it says 12 divided by something equals something. Now I want us to see if we can find another way to divide 12 objects equally. Shall we have a go together? Okay, let's go back then to our objects. So I've still got 12, but I've got them in 3 groups. What other ways could I divide 12? Let's have a go together. Maybe I could divide them into groups of 5. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Now, you will see that I can't divide 12 into groups of 5 because I've got 5 here and 5 here, but look, this group isn't even, so I know that 12 can't be shared equally into 5, so it's not, that's not the answer. Let's try this time 4. Shall we try 4? So we've still got 12, haven't we? So put them all back together. Let's try 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. Let's have a look how many are in each group. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. We've shared them into 4 groups. And are they equal? Yes. Have you got the same with your counters at home? Brilliant. So we have just solved another sum. So we know that 12 can be divided into 3 groups because we've just done that. But we've also just found out that 12 can be divided into 4 groups. And if it's divided into 4 groups, our answer was 3. You are right. Because there were 3 in each group and each group had the same. Brilliant. So pause the board now, and with your adult, I would like you to have a go at working out some different division sums. Just like yesterday, remembering that method and writing them down on your whiteboard as a number sentence. Okay? So give yourselves 5 minutes to do that, and then come back and we'll move on to the next method. Brilliant. So then, the next method looks a little bit tricky, but I promise it's not. And we're going to use a number line to help us to solve a division problem, okay? A number sentence that is going to ask us to divide, which remember means share. Now, you can use your number lines at home, or you could draw one on your whiteboard. So if you need to do that now, again, pause the video. Now we are going to look at this method today because you have got a method like this in your workbook today. So I want to make sure that we're using this method to help us to divide. So let's read our number sentence together. 15 divided by 5 equals. So remember 15 is the total that we are going to share, and we need to share them into 5 groups. Okay? So when you're using a number line to solve a division sum, we know that we need to get to the number 15, don't we? That's our total. So put a circle around the number 15 because that's how many we need to get to. Now it says that we need to divide it by 5. So we're going to start at 0 and we need to make sure that we're doing jumps of 5. And it's how many jumps of 5 do we need to get to our answer 15. So if we start on 0, we're going to jump 5, remember? So we're not going to do little jumps because we need to make our groups, our jumps, 5. Okay? So let's do the first one together. So I know that if I'm on 0, I'm going to land on 5. 1. Okay? So this is number 1. Now, I need to jump 5 again. Remember, there's 5 in my group. So if I count first, 1, 2, 3, 4, I know that my next jump is going to land on the number 10. Okay, and that's going to be my second group. And let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've landed on my number 15, which is our total to group, isn't it? So, let's have a look. How many jumps of 5 did we make to get to our answer? 1, 2, 3. So I now know that 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Okay, and you can also check, like we learned yesterday, by counting in 5s until you get to 15. How many times do we count in 5s until we get to 15? Let's do it together and double check our learning. 5, 10, 15. 1, 2, 3 times. So 3 times we count in 5s until we get to 15. So our answer is correct. And we've done 3 jumps of 5 on our number line, which has meant we have landed on 15. So I would like you to make sure that you've had a go at that method before we move on to the second one, okay? Now the second one says 20 divided by 4. So I know that I need to stop when I get to 20. That's my end total, isn't it? Here. Now, how many steps do I need in each jump? 4. Well done. So I'm counting in 4s until I get to 20. And the number line will help me see how many jumps we need to make. Are we ready? Let's do it together. So starting on 0, so I'm going to jump 4 each time. And it's always good to count before you draw your jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've landed on our number 20. So now we need to count how many times we had to jump in 4s before we landed on our number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we counted 5 times 5 lots of 4 to get to 20. So we now know that 20 divided by 4, so when we count in 4s, we can see that we have the number 5 as our answer. And remember, like yesterday, we can do that the other way round. So you could change your sum into a multiplication sum. And if you did 5 lots of 4, so 5 times 4, you would get our answer 20. Let's double check. So 4 lots of 5 or 5 lots of 4. Let's see if we can count in our 4s to get to 20. Let's practice that to check if 5 lots of 4 would get to 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 lots of 4 equals 20. And 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So it's just the reverse, okay? And how we get there is just reversing the sum. So I would like you again now to pause the video, have a good 10 minutes on that activity. thinking of a sum on your number line and dividing it by another number using this method to help you, okay? And this method will also help you with your times tables because you'll be counting in 3s or counting in 4s or 5s. Very, very tricky year one, but I know that you can do it. After seeing all of your hard work yesterday, I'm really confident in you. So then, to end our day, I'm just going to show you the workbook for today and the activities that you are going to be doing. So keeping all of your counters because you will need them, and you can see today you're going to be working on page number 14, and you've got a few different methods here that we've been looking at in the last few days. So you've got some counting methods. You're going to then turn that into a number sentence, which we've done lots of. You've also got a number line method, and you've got some number sentences which you can use either the grouping method with your counters at home or with a number line, okay? So I can't wait again to see your learning today. We are on day 2 of a new concept and you are working really, really hard at your division. So keep it up, real good job, and it's making me smile seeing all of your wonderful pictures. So please do keep them coming in, and I'll see you tomorrow.